Good morning, Cedar Park High School. It's Wednesday, March 11th, and it's an 8A. I'm Ellie Neal.
And I'm Evan Vines.
On the Wolfcast today, we have a story over the coronavirus and how it's affecting the economy, information on Help Me Tutoring,
An insight on Smash Bros. Club, plus the top 3 things you need to know today, and a new edition of the Pack Chat.
Let's jump in because the Wolfcast starts now. Today, the total confirmed cases of COVID-19 have gone over 121,000 and more than 4,300 people have died.
COVID-19 is having a negative impact not only in the health and social fields, but also in economic and political fields. Reporter Giselle Munez has more information.
Thanks, guys. Big events like South by Southwest are being canceled. The market has been changing and no one is sure of what other changes the economy will go through due to this virus.
Events that draw in crowds bigger than 2,500 people are being canceled. One of these events is South by Southwest.
Have issued an order that effectively cancels South by Southwest for this year.
The festival was canceled due to the fear of COVID-19 spreading.
I've gone ahead and declared a local disaster.
Last year, the city of Austin gained more than $350 million thanks to South by Southwest. Hundreds of small businesses in Austin depend on this festival for the money they need to get through the rest of the year. Also, thanks to the COVID-19 outbreak, the demand for oil has decreased and its prices keep changing.
I think the coronavirus was sort of the predicate to this breakdown between Saudi Arabia and Russian relationship regarding managing or trying to manage the oil market.
COVID-19 has caused countries like China, Italy, and others to go on quarantine and decrease their production, which not only affects that country's economy, but the world's economy.
So if there's an issue, don't think that we don't know how to handle it. Give us a couple of days. We'll figure it out. We'll get a vaccine. We'll get our people together. We got a problem with the economy, with mortgages. We'll figure it out. It's very quick on the upswing, and then nobody remembers what happened. But that's the beauty of it. We don't need to be scared. The United States is very adept at handling any crisis that affects us, our people, our citizens, our borders.
These are some of the effects of an epidemic that globalized the world and the economy and will continue to go through many changes due to the COVID-19 outbreak. We must still remember to follow instructions on how to protect ourselves and others.
For more information on this outbreak, check out Monday's story on what COVID-19 is, and tune in for the Wolfcast on Friday for a story on how COVID-19 started.
If you have any questions about COVID-19, contact us through Instagram and we will get you answers.
Many students, especially at this time in the year, need help with their schoolwork or exams coming up, but don't have the resources to do so. Help Me Tutoring is a group here at Cedar Park that students can go to either to get help with schoolwork or to tutor other students, or even both. The club president of Help Me is there to coordinate the tutors with the students and help find a good match so students can get as much help as they need.
Even if you don't need help, you can always come, and you may be of great use to someone, and if you do need help, please come. We need people who need help so we can, help support them. And I know AP exams are coming up, and so come along and we can study together.
Whether you need help or are looking to get help in a class, this group is a safe space students can go to. Help Me Tutoring meets after school in Ms. Whalen's room on Thursdays and during Den in Mr. Wren's room on Tuesdays.
If you're a fan of fighting games, you'll be glad to hear that there's now a Super Smash Bros. Club at the school. Every Monday after school, members meet in Mr. Pavlovich's room to battle it out in a game called Super Smash Bros. The club is a great way to meet new people with common interests, and it's a fun event to go to if you're just bored and looking for something to do.
The club, well, basically I would describe it as just a place to, relax after school, after a tiring Monday. Coming to play and hanging out with friends, a really relaxing place to have fun. So the reason I joined the Smash Bros. Club was mostly because I get to enjoy, playing Smash Bros. One of my favorite games with a lot of friends, and also gives me the opportunity to meet new people. So it's really nice.
The club will host events of all kinds, from tournaments with specific rulings to club-wide free-for-alls. If you're interested in dropping in, the club takes place every Monday after school in Mr. Pavlovich's classroom.
Coming up next are the top 3 things you need to know this morning.
But first, a word from our sponsor.
Smoky Moe's Barbecue, the best barbecue that money can buy. Proudly supporting Cedar Park High School.
Good morning, I'm Justin Bourne. These are the top 3 things you need to know this morning. First, on Tuesday morning, conservative radio host Alex Jones was arrested and charged while driving while intoxicated. According to the Travis County Sheriff's Office, his bail was set at $3,000 and he was released at 4:11 a.m. Next, many colleges across the U.S. have been canceling their classes and swapping to online classes due to the coronavirus. The cancellations have been colleges near states and cities hit the hardest, like Duke, UCLA, Ohio State, and Harvard. Lastly, 2 of the largest music festivals are being postponed due to coronavirus concerns. Coachella, which typically attracts 100,000 attendees per day, has been set to take place April 10th through the 12th and 17th through the 19th in Indo, but will now take place October 9th through the 11th and October 16th through the 18th, 2020. The festival, Stagecoach, a popular country music festival, which has been scheduled to take place April 24th through the 16th in Indo, will now take place October 23rd to the 25th.
You know, going back to the Coachella thing, I mean, it's falling on one of the ACL weekends, and ACL, I mean, it's a big festival too, so I'm wondering if there's going to be, you know, maybe some legal issues with that.
Well, they're definitely going to lose a lot of money.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying our lineup's going to suck now.
Yeah, ACLs. I mean, yeah, because technically that means that the Coachella artists can't play
I mean,
ACL.
if you were an artist,
And we had a
which
lot
one
of
would you rather go to?
Coachella.
Yeah.
And they've already said that they would go to Coachella, so, you know, it's crazy. I guess we'll have to see in October as we get closer, but thank you, Justin.
Now take a look at these announcements.
Hello, Cedar Park. I'm Ellen Neal, and welcome back to our opinion segment, The Pack Chat. In this segment, I'm joined every Wednesday by co-hosts Victor Martinez and Addie Bates. But today, Claire Mallet is here to discuss the week's most trending topics. We will also be asking for your thoughts on social media for us to share on the show. With that said, let's get started with our first trending topic of the morning. First up, the number of coronavirus cases in the U.S. tops 700 and at least 27 deaths as of yesterday. Even though the rate of the coronavirus infection is slowing in China where the virus originated, the U.S. and many European countries are reporting dramatic spikes in daily cases. Due to increased fears about traveling and immigration associated with the coronavirus, President Donald Trump tweeted in response that the wall on the border is, quote, going up fast. We need the wall more than ever. So guys, was this a valid, response, or are we, overreacting?
Well, I think it's doctor's orders. I'm sure that every single person with a PhD is going to say we need the wall is our only hope.
Obviously,
I really think that
obviously. Forget medicine, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
If we
no
build
hand
the wall,
sanitizer.
if we build the wall,
touch your face all you want. Just
if we build the wall,
stay away.
You won't get the corona, guys. You won't.
Well, here's the deal. There's over 700 cases in the U.S. There are 7 confirmed cases in Mexico, so I mean, a wall goes up. I think we're protecting Mexico here. This is a horrible response to the coronavirus as of right now.
Obviously.
And also, it's just like this isn't an immigration issue
No.
at all. Like
No.
this is just like
Believe me,
we just need to be testing. Like
And-
this is something that will get better as time goes on, but we just need to be having a proper response that's actually
Exactly.
backed by fact.
And honestly, Trump needs to open his eyes because we have 700 cases and Mexico has 7. You really think that they want to come here now? No.
Not to mention that all of the I feel like most of our cases are coming in from the major airports in New York and LA.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, our first case was in New York, so I don't think
Exactly.
that, I don't think the
Like,
the
that's
wall
not
and the
where
border
the problem is
the problem.
coming from.
Exactly.
He's just trying to put his political agenda into a thing that's already scaring Americans, which is not
Yeah,
good.
exactly.
Yeah. And next, Democratic presidential candidate, Joe Biden, was caught in a heated exchange about guns while he was touring a Michigan plant yesterday. Biden was touring the plant on primary day when a worker accused him of wanting to take away his Second Amendment rights. Biden immediately shut down the worker's claim and stated, quote, "I'm not taking your guns away at all," end quote. The heated exchange earned Biden praise from many, but also faced negative backlash as Biden was heard asking, quote, "Do you need 100 rounds?" end quote, implying that he didn't think anyone needed ARs. So, was his reaction necessary? Have you guys seen the video? I mean, what do you think?
Yes, and here are my thoughts on this. I was like, obviously, I think he addressed this very well because he's a Democrat, and he even said that him and his son as Democrats have guns, and he's not trying to take your guns away. What I also took away from this is, and this is crazy, we have people dying from coronavirus, climate change is a thing, oceans are polluting, we still have people separated from their families at the border, and the number one problem on some people's minds is don't take away our guns. And they're not even trying to take away
I
guns.
know.
But like that's just insane to me.
Exactly. I'm all for the Second Amendment, but I just don't think like ARs are super vital.
Exactly.
I agree.
Like,
And you can't even really carry that out in public because most places have a conceal and carry policy,
Yeah.
which means that technically all you could conceal basically is a handgun. Like
Exactly.
you can't, you can't stick an
And
AR-15
it's just
up your shirt.
I don't think that it's a part of like anybody's agenda right now to take away all guns of everyone in
I
America.
don't think
It's
so
just to
either.
restrict who has access to them so that it's not everybody getting crazy access to whatever they want, and restrict what type of guns are okay for civilians to have.
Exactly. Well, it's also just really weird. I mean, he's saying he's not going to take away your guns, but in regards to ARs, I've gone 18 years of my life without feeling the need to like have an AR. It's like I don't understand the big
Exactly, but I mean
hype around
also
it.
people were
Nobody
like,
needs that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
people were like mad at the way he responded, but in my opinion, I'm like, okay, first of all, Trump has said way meaner things to people.
Yeah.
All Biden said was and shut up because the dude was getting in his face. I mean, I saw the video,
Yeah.
and I mean, it looked like Biden was passionate about it. Like he was trying to explain, like we're not taking away your Second Amendment. And I just think, I don't know, I think people were just trying to like make it look like Biden
Exactly.
did something
Yeah.
bad, but in reality, all he did was confirm that he isn't going to take away the Second Amendment.
I agree.
So. And finally, in court documents, lawyers for the U.S. soccer team said that athletes for the U.S. women's national team have fewer skills and demands than their male counterparts. The document said, quote, "The job of a men's national team player carries more responsibility with U.S. soccer than the job of a women's national team player," end quote. The organization also claimed that it did not violate the Equal Pay Act by paying its female players less than men. I mean, sounds like you
See, like what the argument that they're trying to make is that like they're not violating the Equal Pay Act because like the men's team has a more important job than the women's team, but that doesn't make any sense because the women's team does better than the men's team.
Yeah, I was like, if we're gonna talk about that, the women have won 4 like World Cup titles, and the men have won 0. So if we're really gonna talk about skill level here, which I don't even think should be like on this like argument. I mean, look at the facts, people.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I didn't get to look this up, but does anybody know how far the men's team got in like the World Cup? Because I do not. I know that the woman won. I don't. I mean, I don't really follow the men's
the men
team.
struggle.
Yeah,
If
it's not
anything,
that
I
good.
hear way more about the women's U.S. soccer team than the
Exactly.
men's.
Exactly.
So I'm like, no, they definitely did violate the gender pay. Like whatever they want to say, they
I
can
just don't
say.
see why it's such a big deal. Why like they can't get the same.
Just
Yeah,
pay
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we know they have the money for it.
Yes.
And it's just like bringing up like skill level, like that shouldn't even be something
And-
that should be
yeah,
addressed.
exactly.
But even if it were to be addressed, they do better. Like,
Exactly,
that's-
and no offense, but like
all.
doing better, kind of could kind of say that they might practice a little bit more. So like if anything, they might be working harder than the men's team, which. Well, I mean, I think that they did violate the Equal Pay Act. Well, that's all we have for today's Pack Chat. We'd love to know what your thoughts are on today's topic, so head over to our Insta story at CPHS News to vote in our poll. We'll see you back here next week, and don't forget, T-Wolf Pack, there's always time to chat.
Thanks, Ella. Don't forget you can catch anything you missed on today's show on our YouTube channel. Just search CPHS News. Make sure to watch tomorrow's show for a feature on Miss Lisa, your top 3 things, and a new T-Wolf Spotlight. Remember to make it a great day, or not, the choice is yours. With CPHS News, I'm Evan Vines. Have a phenomenal day, Cedar Park.